Hello dear students, choueifat school grade 9. In this video I'm going to solve the end of chapter questions for linear motion chapter 1. Question number 1. For an object traveling at varying speed, the quantity calculated by dividing distance by time is what? So here we have to see distance divided by time. This is called velocity. So this is velocity. Option D is the correct answer. So option D must be chosen here. Question number 2. An object travels 68 meters in 8 seconds. What is the object average speed? Now average speed is equal to distance moved over time taken. So distance by time. So here what you have to do is to divide 68 by 8. Of course 68 by 8 you can get 34 divided by 4 or 17 divided by 2. So option C is the correct answer. Question number 3. A cyclist is traveling with an average speed 16 kilometers per hour. Which frame of reference is most likely being used to measure the cyclist's speed? The answer here is the ground. So whenever we give you the speed of anything, the frame of reference will be the ground. Next one. Which of the following measurements does not include direction? Does not include direction means this is only magnitude without direction. So this is called a scalar quantity. A scalar quantity here is distance. So option E is the correct answer. Question number 5. A shopper walks to the end of an aisle in a store. She then turns around and walks back to where she started. Which statement about her motion is true? So she walks towards the wall. And then she returns back to the same position. So which statement about her motion is true? Her distance and displacement are equal. No, her distance and displacement are not equal because the displacement here would be 0 and the distance would be the forward direction plus the backward distance. So the distance will be x plus y. Displacement is 0. Next one. Her distance is greater than displacement. Yes, distance is greater than displacement because displacement is 0 in this case. Question number 6. A car accelerates from rest at 20 to 20 meters per second in 6 seconds. So here from rest and final velocity is 20. So from rest means V0 or V0 is equal to 0 and V final is equal to 20. In 6 seconds, this is time. The average acceleration is equal to V final minus V initial divided by time. And that will be 20 minus 0 divided by 6. 20 divided by 6, you get 3.3. So option C is the correct answer. Question B now. A car traveling at 10 meters per second accelerates at rate 0.6 meters per second squared for 3 seconds. What's the final velocity of the car? Here you have to use equations of motion. Remember, you have an equation of motion. V equals AT plus V0. So of course V final here. So the requirement in the question is to find V final. V final, you multiply acceleration, which is 0.6 times 10 plus V initial. So here you multiply 0.6, that's the acceleration, times 3, which is the time, plus V initial, which is 10. So here you get 1.8 plus 10. and that will be option B. Question number 8 now. A ball is released from rest at the top of a building. The ball reached the ground after 4 seconds. What's the height of the building? The height of the building, this is distance. So to calculate distance, you use here equations of motion. So the equation of motion you have to use, x is equal to half a t squared plus v0 t. Now, since we're saying to you from rest here, this means v0 equal 0. So now we replace x is equal to half times 10 acceleration of gravity or gravitational acceleration times 4 squared plus 0 times 4. And then half times 10, 5 times 16. And that will be 80, which means option B is the correct answer. Using the given below to answer the following 3 questions. During a field trip, a school bus leaves the school and travels a distance of 100 kilometers to reach its destination. After a few hours, the bus takes the same route and returns back to the school. What is the total distance traveled by the bus? So now the bus, this is the bus, he goes to its destination here, and then this is 100 kilometers, and then back to its original position, 100 kilometers by the same route. So total distance traveled in this case would be option C, 200 kilometers. Question 10. Which of the following is the value of the displacement of the bus during the first phase of the field trip? During the first phase, displacement and distance are the same, which is 200. But the final displacement would be 0. What is the total displacement of the bus? 0, because the bus returns to the same position. Second part of the exercise. Which quantity can be calculated from the slope of a line position time? So in case you have position time, xt, slope of the line would be speed. Slope equals speed or velocity. Of course, speed and velocity are the same thing in case the movement or the motion is in a straight line. Why are speedometers not called velocity meters? Because they don't give direction. So here they don't give direction. So they only give speed without direction. How are speed and velocity alike, and how are they different? Speed and velocity, speed is a vector, a scalar quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity has magnitude and direction, while speed has only magnitude. An object is traveling at constant speed 3 meters per second. Predict how far the object will move by the end of 8 seconds. Constant speed means you have to use the equation S equal d over t. So speed is given to you here 3, time is 8. This means distance would be S times t, which is 3 times 8, 24 meters. When you are sitting at your school desk, you are considered to be in motion. Explain your reasoning. In fact, you are moving because the earth is moving around the sun. So this means you are moving. Also because the earth is moving around itself. It spins around itself. Why does the acceleration of the object have specific direction? Because acceleration is a vector quantity. Acceleration can be negative, can be positive. If the speed is increasing, acceleration is positive. If the speed is decreasing, acceleration is negative. Consider the position time graph below of a car. What's the speed of the car at each time interval? So in the first time interval from 0 to 0.5, here we do the slope. Slope is equal to rise over run. So speed in this case is equal to slope. Rise here is exactly between 40 and 20, which is 30. So we divide 30 by 0.5, and that would be 60. The unit here, kilometers per hour. Kilometer per hour, because the y-axis kilometer, the x-axis is hours. And then the second interval from 0.5 to 1. Also we do here rise over run again. So this is rise, this is run. So you have to do rise over run, which means slope. So speed again is equal to slope. So speed would be the rise. This is from 30 to 90. From 30 to 90, or you can say 90 minus 30, divided by from 0.5 to 1, 1 minus 0.5. 60 divided by 0.5, which is 120 kilometers per hour. Thank you very much indeed.